Are you ready to win despite everyone who's ever said you wouldn't? Then let's go. It's time to prove those doubters wrong. Hi, and welcome to the Last Laugh, No Apologies podcast. I'm your host, Christine Christensen. I'm a mom, passionate entrepreneur, and success coach. If you're ready to finally flip the script on all those doubts in your head and the doubters in your life that have been holding you back, you, my friend, are in the right place. It's time to dust off that crown, show them what you're made of, and remind them that you are the main character in this life story. Get ready, because you're about to make them regret that they ever doubted you, and I'm here to cheer you on. Each week, we'll dive into mindset shifts, inspiring stories, and practical strategies that are designed to help you realize your worth, embrace the amazing woman that you are, and step into your power so you can start living your life unapologetically. It's time for some real talk, some laughs, and some transformation. Are you ready? Okay, let's dive into today's episode. Hey, welcome back to The Last Laugh, No Apologies. Today, we're digging into something that's been nagging at all of us, living a life that actually feels like our own. So many of us have been handed a script since day one, right? You're told to be the good girl, the hard worker, the one who doesn't piss anybody off. But I think maybe it's time to forget that damn rule book. If you've ever felt like you've been living someone else's life, then this episode is for you. So let's talk about what it means to actually toss out all of those shoulds. And you can finally stop shoulding all over the damn place and start living a life that you're actually excited to wake up to. Because here's the thing. The life that they all tell us to have, it's safe, it's predictable, and it's comfortable for them. But it is boring as hell and frickin' sucking the life right out of us. Does that sound familiar? Well, what if instead of doing what's expected of you, you finally just decide to break free, to write your own damn rules, your own script, and start living a life that feels like it's really your life? All right, so let's get into it, shall we? Here's the honest truth. Most of the rules we're following aren't even ours. We're just handed these expectations on how to act, what to pursue, even what the hell to wear. You've got rules from family, from society, and yes, even from that little bitchy voice in your own head trying to keep you in check. But I want you to ask yourself something right now. Who the hell even wrote these rules? And more importantly, why the fuck are you following them? So first, we want to recognize the rules that aren't ours. So for real change, we need to start at the very beginning. The first step is to simply take a long, hard look at what rules you're living by and asking, is this even mine? And I'm thinking you're probably going to be surprised at just how much we do out of pure habit or out of fear of disappointing everyone else. Maybe your family had a picture in their heads of the perfect career path or something else that they kept pushing on you. What's normal. But deep down, you've always wanted to start your own business or maybe even write a book or travel the world and blog about it. Who knows? Those rules for how life should look are their comfort zones. They're not yours. So let's start by deciding right now to stop freaking living for everyone else's peace of mind. This is your life, remember? Next, we need to stop living according to other people's expectations. Okay, so I know what you're probably thinking. How the hell do you even stop living according to everyone else's expectations? That's all I've ever known. Well, it starts by figuring out what the hell you actually want in your own life. Not what you think you should want or what other people tell you that you should want, but what actually feels exciting. What are the things that really light you up? If you could do anything without hearing that, well, now what are they going to think? Or what the hell are they going to say now voice? What would it be? What would that look like for you? And yeah, that might mean you maybe will ruffle a few feathers or, oh my God, piss somebody off. Who the fuck cares? Really? But I want you to ask yourself this. What's worse, dealing with people's reactions or spending your entire damn life feeling like you're living in a cage because you're doing what everyone else wants, what everyone else tells you to do, what everyone else thinks you should do? Well, spoiler alert, honey, one of these is going to lead you to way more regrets in life, and I bet you can guess which one. Now that we got you thinking a little bit, let's talk about what it is to rewrite your story. This just means that you're going to stop living by default and start living by design. Think about it. If you could do whatever the hell you wanted without giving two fucks about the rules that were made by everybody else, what would your life really look like? What would you want? How would you want to live? I'm talking about the big picture stuff like career, business, relationships, lifestyle, your day to day. Take a few minutes and just think. And remember what it's like to dream again. Then go grab that imaginary pen and start reading and writing your dream chapter. There's something so freaking powerful about giving yourself permission to live differently. And here's the kicker. Once you start living true to you, you'll realize that the rules you thought were so necessary, they were just training wheels and you do not need them anymore. You are a grown ass woman, so step up and ask for and be open and ready to receive the life that you really want. Can I be honest with you? I'll let you in on a little secret. I used to be the queen of people pleasing, right? And although I'm still a work in progress, I have come a really long way. I mean, I spent years thinking and believing that it was my job to make everyone around me comfortable, proud, happy, and completely unoffended. Kind of impossible when you think about it. So I followed all the rules, got the corporate jobs, made all the fucking safe choices, and had the reliable life. Or so I thought. It felt like I was checking the boxes on someone else's list, though. Eventually, I just hit this breaking point where I was just fucking done with that charade. That's not how I wanted to live. Have you ever felt like that? I remember this one time I was out for a girls' night with friends, and one of them just looked at me and asked if there was something wrong. She said, I didn't seem as happy with my life these days. Like I was just going through the motions. So I gave the normal, yeah, things are great. But on my way home, it really hit me. Things were not great. Things fucking sucked because I was living a life that was so out of alignment and so far away from what I wanted. I wanted freedom. I wanted to make a real impact. I wanted to be happy. And I just really wanted to feel valued. Maybe you can relate to that a little. But my life at that time, it was all about catering to everyone else. Looking back, my life may not have transformed that night. Hell, let's be honest here. It still isn't exactly where I'd like it to be. Far from it. But every day I'm growing. And every day I'm a better version of myself than I was the day before. But what I did was made the decision to start making some changes at that exact moment in my life, even if people didn't understand it. I became a lifelong student of personal development, investing in all kinds of books, courses, workshops, trainings, and coaching programs. Little by little, I finally started to live less by other people's expectations and more by my own. I've learned that change doesn't happen overnight, but the decision to change happens in an instant. Most importantly, I have learned that although I'm not perfect and far from it, I can build a life and a business that I truly love and that lights me up, while also embracing each and every damn flaw and imperfection because fuck perfection. Who wants to be that damn boring anyway? Not me. Definitely not me. People still judge. Don't worry about that. They always will. Are you sure that's a good idea? Kind of risky, isn't it? What are you doing? You're a single mom. You can't do that. Think of your kids. Think of your future. But I just decided one day I don't really give a fuck anymore, you know? So now, anytime the judges judge, and every time I doubt myself, I just ask, whose fucking life is this? Theirs? Hell no, it's mine. And that usually is enough to snap me right back. I know in my heart that I am creating a life and a business that's authentically me. And let me tell you, the peace of mind that comes with that, it's fucking priceless. So let's bring it all together with these three takeaways. Most rules aren't even yours. So it's time to recognize that the rules you're following to live your life were probably set by someone else, not you. Maybe it's time to question that shit and, if necessary, break them and make new ones. Next, let go of other people's damn expectations. Stop living in the prison of what'll they think and start asking yourself instead, who the hell even cares what they think? The real question is, what do I want? This is your life, remember? It's not theirs. And finally, rewrite your own script. Start today designing a life that makes you proud, that feels true to who you really are, even if it's not what everyone else expects. This is where the magic is. It's where the joy is. And it is where your freedom fucking starts. No more second guessing. No more letting the rules hold you back. Imagine the life you'd live if you stopped caring what anyone else thought and you just fucking went for it. Because that life is waiting for you. And all you need to do is step up and grab it. All right, so here's my challenge for you today. I want you to write down one rule, just one. See, it's not that hard. One rule that you've been following that you're ready to break. You can share it on social media. You can just write it down. You can journal on it, or even just keep it as a reminder for yourself. It's time to stop apologizing and start living your story. And hey, if you loved today's episode, make sure you hit subscribe for more empowering, no bullshit conversations each week. Leave a review to help other women find this podcast, and please share it with anyone who is ready to ditch the rule book and live unapologetically. Until next time, remember, this is your story, so make it epic.